G'day, Spartan Willie here, and today we're going to talk everything Ark 2 and why Studio Wildcard needs to get the launch of Ark 2 perfect. Okay, so just before we jump in, I just want to say I don't do these types of videos often. If you'd like me to do more of these type of videos, then please leave a like on the video so I know. And if you're not already, consider subscribing to the channel. Alright, so just beginning with everything we know about Ark 2. Ark 2 was announced at the Game Awards 2020 in December last year. It was announced as an Xbox Series X exclusive. We are unsure about PC, but it will not be available on PS5 on release. Vin Diesel was also a part of the trailer of Ark 2, which was built in an in-game graphics engine with game assets, not CGI, although it looks like CGI. It was pretty well put together trailer. Vin Diesel is also more than a pretty face. He is listed as the president of Creative Convergence and is rumored to be helping with both Ark 2 and the animated series, which was also announced at the Game Awards, as he has over 1,000 hours on Ark. Okay, so before we move on to the opinion part of this video, I just wanted to bring up some relevant facts of Ark Survival Evolved. So if you don't remember, Ark Survival Evolved was released the 2nd of June in 2015 in early access. The full release followed on the 29th of August 2017. When Ark was first released in early access, it was described as a difficult, grindy, and poorly optimized game. To this day, on the Game Debate popular PC optimization chart, it is the 6th lowest score, behind Mass Effect, Call of Duty Warzone, Valheim, Mafia 3, and the Medium. There have been multiple DLCs released after launch. The one that's going to be the most talked about in this video is the first one, Scorched Earth, which was released on the 1st of September 2016. This was followed by Aberration on the 12th of December 2017, Extinction on the 6th of November 2018, and a second season pass was announced and released Genesis on the 25th of February 2020, and Genesis Part 2 is expected to be released in March 2021. Alright, and the final bits of information I wanted to bring up was there was also two standalone games released, Ark Park, which is a VR version of Ark, and PixArk, which is sort of like a Minecraft Ark. I know that's not really the right term for it, but that's what I'm going to call it. And the last bit of information was the Switch version was also released and is heavily criticized for being a cyberpunk and lowering the frames and resolution to make it run on the less powerful system. Now, no disrespect to Cyberpunk, I actually have a video on Cyberpunk in the works, so subscribe and stay tuned for that one if you're interested. Alright, information overload over. Now next can I just say I love Ark Survival Evolved. I've played 600 hours on it and played it with all my mates. I know 600 hours is probably chump hours to some, maybe even most. But yeah, I love Ark Survival Evolved and I'm very excited for Ark 2. I just have some concerns which we'll go over right now. So my first sort of point is that Ark Survival Evolved still feels a bit unfinished. I say that because it is still really buggy. And if it wasn't for the modding community, I think I'd have a lot less hours in this game. Mostly because it's buggy and somewhat toxic. I know it's hard to fight toxicity as a developer, but just what I'm saying, online, unofficial, it is buggy and toxic. These can go hand in hand. Bugs generate toxicity because players become angry at the game when it's not working how it's meant to. I know some creatures have no hitboxes, like the Itchy has no. I can't hit it. I can't hit it for the life of me. I've spent 5 minutes just shooting 50 arrows, shooting up at this bloody bird that stole all my narcotics and it's just inhaled it like 100 narcotics, 100 raw meat. They've just stolen my entire inventory, and I can't hit this damn bird to get it all back. But it just has an entire unfinished buggy vibe to the game, and I think this is amplified by the fact that they've released the announcement of the sequel before they finish releasing all the DLC content for the first game, which just seems bizarre to me. But yeah, the first sort of point is Ark feels finished, and by just moving on to the second game, are they forgetting about the first one? That is still available for purchase, it still has a player base, it doesn't feel like it's the end of the game cycle just yet. My second point is that Studio Wildcard don't have the best history, in my opinion. I think that they always try and monetize everything, and I'll give you a few examples. I'll back my point. So, like I said earlier in the sort of information sequence, Scorched Earth was released on the 1st of September 2016. Ark was officially released from early access on the 29th of August 2017, almost a year later. So they released paid DLC content before releasing the full game. You see, I don't agree with this. I think you should deliver on the product that you originally sold them before you try and upsell them to another product. So finish the first main game before you start adding things on. That's just my opinion. They received quite a bit of backlash on this, when it was released, so I'm not alone in this opinion. But yeah, releasing the DLC, paid DLC content before the game, not on. Alright, so now we're going to move away from the Scorched Earth DLC and we're going to move on to the mobile game. So yes, I forgot to mention in the intro, but Ark have actually got a mobile game that you can download on the App Store. Now I'm in it right now, you're seeing footage of me in it. We're going to go up here though, sort of, it's obviously just a normal game with your inventory, engrams and stuff. We're going to go up here to this special amber on the top right here. And we're going to go through some of the prices. So I should probably explain that on the mobile, it's a completely free to download, but there's a lot of limits. So there's a limit on how many creatures you can have. I don't know where I can exactly see those limits, but yeah, anyway, we're going to go through some of the things you can buy. So you can get a Primal Pass, which is sort of their season pass, I think, or it's a subscription-based thing, as you see on the top, on the right there, subscription information. So you can get it today, 50% more tames, permanent 2 times XP boost, removing ads, 10% more amber, monthly free loot drops, and access to exclusive items and servers. $8 a month, or $66 a year, or $65.99 and $7.99. That's a lot of money. Can I just say right now, you can buy the full Ark Survival Evolved game on Steam for $14. This is all Australian currency, by the way. It might be different in your country if you're watching abroad, but $14 you can buy the game for right now. My mate just picked it up. So for 2 months of Primal Pass, it costs more than to buy the bloody game. And that comes with the cheat console and everything, because as you can see here, they got a Gourd console. Access single-player cheats to eliminate the grind with Gourd-like powers. The island becomes a sandbox with unlimited resources. $22.99. 23 damn dollars to get a cheat engine. And this is probably to me the most insane. So you remove all tamed creature level limits, which you can't do in the game. You have to sort of edit it in the settings, but it basically can level up a creature 75 times in PC. I'm not sure what the limit is on the phone, allowing for incredible stats and attributes. Up to over 2 billion XP. Also makes potent dust apply 10 million XP to creatures. Not really sure what potent dust is, but anyway, that stuff will cost you $31. Like that's, you can just buy the game for half that. Right now. Obviously, full price is a bit more than 14, but this is where things I think get even more insane. You can buy decor with ancient amber. So let's look at the prices of ancient amber. So we got 50 ancient amber for $4.49. So $4.50 gets you 50 ancient amber. What can I buy? So say I want to put $5 into the game. I could buy, what rug could I get? Surely all of them. No. I can get the Dodo rug. Well, how much was it? 50. Dire Bear rug. But for a Giga rug, 125 ancient amber, I need to buy the 200 pack for $15. Like a rug is costing $15. You can get DLCs on the Steam store for $10. Alright, so moving on to the Ark E types. These are just straight up special blueprints, one-time purchases on single player or any server. You can buy just full-on weapons for $15. So an iron skillet is an instant knockout for small creatures when hit over the head. Small creatures, so yeah. Most works especially well on big-brained creatures. So for $15, you can instantly knock out any creature. Why would you buy that for 15 when you can get the God console and auto-tame any creature for $23? That's my question. But anyway, look, mobile gaming being overpriced is always a thing. It always will be a thing. I'm not exactly releasing revolutionary news, but this is next level to me. This is insane. Okay, I was going to talk about Ark Survival Evolved's dodgy release on the Nintendo Switch graphically. It looked like a PS2 game. But they've actually since fixed this and it actually looks half decent now, as good as Ark can look on the Switch. So I retract that sort of argument. I got some gameplay on it now. It's not my gameplay, it is NintendoGalaxy's gameplay. The video to his gameplay will be in the description below. But yeah, dodgy release, but fixed it up. That's all you can ask. Not everything comes out perfect. So to summarize, the reason why I'm concerned about Ark 2 and its release is because Studio Wildcard seems to be the type of company that sort of get an idea and run with it. They've released Ark Survival Evolved on every single console they possibly could, which is fair play to them. I'd do the same probably. The Switch port took its time, but it's there. To be honest, I don't particularly fancy the console ports either, but that's just my opinion. I don't think they run as well as they should or could. I haven't played them in a couple of years. They could have changed, but when I used to play it, I just thought, nah, I'm playing this on PC and only PC. But yeah, take that statement as a pinch of salt. They've released many sort of DLC teasers over the time. So the total conversion Primitive Plus was abandoned essentially. It's still available to play, but apparently it's a buggy mess. I looked to playing it last year, but apparently they haven't updated it in yonks, and it's unplayable, I've heard. Survival of the Fittest was an abandoned battle royale mode back in 2016. They stopped developing it around the release of Scorched Earth, so it shows you where their priorities lie. They wanted to work on the main game, quotation marks, DLC for the main game, instead of a free-to-play battle royale game, which I mean, it's up to them. So the biggest hurt for me has got to be Ark Primal Survival, where I've been burnt by the developers. They said that they're releasing this total conversion. I'm showing the trailer of it now, but where you could play as a number of creatures and sort of live as a dinosaur and build up your pack and stuff like that. And it sounded amazing. So just to name a few, you could play as a dire bear, dire wolf, RG, beaver, raptor, or a megalodon. So it sounded like an amazing total conversion, but it just never happened. Never got cancelled officially, but never received an update on it. So I'm assuming it's cancelled because it was announced at E3 2016. And then moving on to the virtual reality spin-off Ark Park. Now I think this is overall a successful release. The going off the Steam reviews. Again, I don't have a VR headset that I can use on Steam. I got PSVR, so I can't test this out. But they have released a $60 VR Ark Park spin-off. I think it's 56, but judging by the Steam reviews, it's mixed, and some of the reviews are just people who can't get it working. So you sort of discard those ones. I mean, sometimes if it's like a overwhelming majority of people can't get it working, but you can't really leave a negative review on if you're not having the best experience with it. I mean, you can. That's the whole point of a review, but I just sort of discard those ones that people say that I couldn't get it working, it was crashing, but then other people saying they have an amazing time. But mixed reviews, so I'll put that down as a plus for Studio Wildcard, just give them the benefit of the doubt. And then of course PixArk, which I'm a big fan of. I'm looking to bring it to this channel actually. I bought it when it first came out, and I haven't played it ever since then. But it looks like an amazing, good game. Looking on the Steam store, mostly positive, very positive. So I do have faith. Looking at all their different business ventures, I do think Studio Wildcard are sitting on a ton of money. Like they've released, just off the top of my head here, Ark Park, PixArk, Ark Survival Evolved, altogether, full price, that comes to almost $200. You throw in the Primal Pass and like a bunch of those and the cheat engine on the mobile, and you're up to 200. So they would be swimming in cash. Now, maybe because they've made all their money from those sort of other sources, hopefully they won't monetize Ark 2, because they left Ark Survival Evolved pretty much alone monetize, like monetize wise. They released free DLC and paid DLC. Releasing paid DLC before the game was fully released was my only like blight with that. I love the DLC. I thought that added something completely different. Maybe the Genesis ones are overpriced. I still haven't bought those because they're still $40 to this day for two DLC. So the second DLC hasn't even been out yet, but I might buy them in the future when they come down a little bit. But yeah, $40-50 is too much for me for a DLC in my opinion. But yeah, hopefully Ark 2, because they've already got so many other monetization streams, they won't need to monetize it too much. But yeah, it's just a bit of a shame as well that Ark 1 sort of gets abandoned in the buggy state it is. But in no way is this a hit piece on Ark Survival Evolved or Studio Wildcard. I love the game. Everyone's got a love-hate relationship with this game, and I'm just putting out my 2 cents on Ark 2 and why I have a couple concerns with the game, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I hope Studio Wildcard can surprise me and release a fully bug-free, optimized Ark 2. That is the optimal situation to me, and I'll play that for another 600 hours. But yeah, please let me know what you think down in the comments below, what you think of Ark 2 and Ark Survival Evolved and all the different spin-offs and mobile. I'd love to hear what your comments and feedbacks are on all that. And yeah, let me know about this video style, whether you like this type of style of video, if you want to see more, what other topics do you want me to cover. Like I said earlier, I'm looking towards Cyberpunk, maybe a GTA 6 video, but they are in the works at the moment, so they might be up in the next couple months. So if you want to see them, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, follow me on Twitter, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.